Alright you guys, so these are obviously the LED last fit ones that I have, and those are going to be the Highbeam. So really, not much of a difference you guys see there. If I turn it off and just do that, that's just the Highbeam stuff, that's the halogen bulb. So let's see how these LEDs look and stuff like that. I'm going to show you how to install them and stuff, and then after that you'll see the after. Alrighty guys, I'm going to show you how to be installing these Autoone LED bulbs. I already did the passenger side, and you guys probably see the Instagram video on that and stuff like that. I recorded it at night, it didn't look that good and stuff, so I saved the driver side for today. So these are pretty much the bulbs right here and stuff. Very nice looking and stuff like that. High quality, especially for the price and whatnot. Got a little fan on the back and stuff to keep them cool, of course. And then the attachment right there, and I liked a little bit of extension cord because it does make it easier when you're making the wires look neat and everything like that. So compared to, here's the old one here. Yeah, they're not bad, not bright. So obviously can't wait to have these new LEDs on both sides of the Jeep, and it'll look very nice and stuff like that. So obviously we're going to start by taking that bolt out and then popping. We're going to be taking off this right here. Pretty much the one bolt that holds everything into place. I've taken my head loss, like I said, many times and stuff, so this bolt is pretty much the one that holds it in place, or screw. Definitely an important one. And then I'll show you guys, if you do have newer ones, or if you haven't taken them out forever, you want to pry this side and then pick up from the bottom, and then it'll pop out. Mine also was partially taken out and stuff, so just like this cover here, this cover will now come off. This is again for the low beam, this is for the high beam we're looking at. Now, very simply, you don't really take off any screws or anything like that. You can if you want to take this one off. It's harder to put back into place. You will have to bend this slightly just to make room, because this one is a little bit thicker at the base. As you guys can see right here, it's a little bit thicker. So we're going to be popping this off, picking it up, and then pulling out the original halogen bulb. So it's that simple. Let me just put the camera down for a sec so I can pull that for you guys. Alright, so I pulled that cover back, and if you look here, I loosened it just so I could pull it off with one hand, and then you're just going to pop that off. So this part is the part that you're taking off. You always see that connection, and that's what you're left with. Again, the ground stays like that, and then that's what you're left with, so you can plug the new one in. So I'm going to plug in the new one just like how that one was, and then we should be able to just plug that in and pretty much be set. It's a very simple way to do it. Pretty much plug and play. It is plug and play, I should say. So I'll be right back. Alright you guys, so we got it all plugged up and connected. And literally it just slides in just like that, and then after that you're gonna have a problem with this wire not going over. So what I'm gonna do is bend this part out just a little bit so it goes over it, and then this spring will still tie around it. So be right back. Let me just bend that wire for you guys real quick. Alright, so if you guys look real quick, I used my finger, just bent it out real quick, and then I just kind of jammed it right over it, and it bent perfectly fine. So this is not moving anywhere. I can almost pick it up by the thing right here, so nothing's wrong. Time to just tuck in these wires pretty much, put the cover back on, and then we're putting it back in there. Alright you guys, so we got this rubber garment all sealed up and good now. Make sure this one too, again, you're just pushing them into place and stuff like that. They'll be pretty good for the most part. And then yeah, so now you're just, the hardest part, relining up that headlight, pretty much just lining up all the pins and stuff, and then once you do that, slide the bolt back in, and then you're all set. So I'm gonna do it with two hands real quick, and I'll show you guys what it looks like afterwards. Alright you guys, so once we got it all tapped in and whatnot, you're going to drop your pin right in, tighten it back in. Again, this is like the most important thing, is having this screw put right in. So this is probably pull it down there as well, because the high beams show a lot farther. I am slanted downhill right here, so that's why you guys saw in the other comparison, you probably didn't notice much of a high beam versus the low beam and stuff like that. So I'll pull it out onto the road over there or whatever. I'll go somewhere where you guys can actually see how far they are, because it actually is really nice and stuff like that. And then again, for the price they are and stuff like that, you really can't beat them. Very high quality stuff like that, and they seem to work well. So get to where the comparison right now. Alright you guys, so this is with my low beams on and my fog lights, and now this is with the high beam. And that's obviously no fog lights. Hit it again, and that's with all of them combined. Turn it completely off, that's just the high beam. So definitely a lot better and stuff. You guys also see me drive around the turnaround and everything. But yeah, definitely fills in that gap and stuff, especially if you're in a dark road over.